Hi, how are you?
Hello, my name is Mohammad Talar Haider and I read in Rehan School. I want to ask some questions.
It's
What
good to
does
hear.
the what does the word sorry mean?
And its heart, sorry, is about acknowledging that something went wrong. It can be a way to apologize for a mistake or just a way to show you feel bad for someone else's pain. Do you find yourself using it more to apologize or to show empathy?
Where does the word sorry come from?
It actually has a pretty interesting evolution. It comes from the Old English word sa'ig, which meant feeling sorrow, grief, or even physical pain. Over time, it shifted from describing a general state of sadness to specifically being the word we use to express regret for something we've done. It's funny how a word for raw pain turned into a social tool for smoothing things over, right? It makes you wonder what other words we use every day started out way more intense than they feel now. Since you're into how words evolve, is there another phrase you've been thinking about lately?
What what did serge originally mean?
I'm not entirely sure about that one. It sounds like a name or maybe a type of fabric, but it's actually the latter. It comes from the Greek word serikos, which meant silken. Eventually, it evolved into the Old French word for a kind of wool fabric mixed with silk or linen. It's a long journey from ancient East Asia to our wardrobes. Does that fit the context of where you heard the word?
What emotion is linked to saying sorry?
It absolutely is. Whether it's the guilt of making a mistake or the sadness of seeing someone else hurt, there's always a feeling driving it. It's one of those words that doesn't really work if the emotion isn't there. Do you think a sorry without that emotion still has value?
Why do people say sorry?
I was just wondering if an apology still counts if the person isn't actually feeling it. But to your question, people say it for a few different reasons. Sometimes it's to fix a relationship after a mistake, and other times it's just a social lubricant to keep things polite, like when you accidentally bump into someone in a hallway. It's basically a way of saying, I recognize this situation is unpleasant and I want us to be okay.
What is a apology? What is a apology?
Are you thinking of apology? No rush. Take your time.
Okay. Can sorry show faulty, faultiness?
I'm not quite catching that last part. Was it something about an apology or maybe something else entirely?
Is saying sorry important?
I think it is. It's kind of like a bridge. When things get tense or someone's feelings are hurt, saying sorry is the first step in crossing back over to a good place with that person. Without it, those little misunderstandings can just grow and grow. Do you think it's harder to say it or to actually accept it from someone else?
Can you say sorry without making a mistake?
Definitely. You can say it just to show you're sad that something happened, even if it wasn't your fault at all. Like if a friend loses their job or is going through a hard time, saying, I'm so sorry is more about empathy than admitting a mistake. It's less about I messed up and more about I feel for you.
Can children learn to say sorry?
They absolutely can, though it's a huge learning curve for them. For a kid, sorry can sometimes feel like just a magic word they have to say to get out of trouble rather than actually understanding why the other person is upset. It takes a bit of time for them to connect the word to the actual feeling of empathy. Since you're a teacher, do you find that your students struggle more with the actual apology or with understanding the why behind it? Wait, what are you sorry for? You haven't done anything wrong.
Does every culture have ways to apologize?
I have to be honest, I'm completely lost on that one. I'm not sure what we mean by agriculture watching us. Are you talking about something specific or maybe a phrase you've come across?
What is the word related to apology?
An apology is basically an admission of responsibility. It's a verbal or written way of saying you recognize you did something wrong and that you regret it. It's as much about the other person feeling heard as it is about the person saying it. Do you think a sincere apology always needs to include a way to make things right?
Is I am sorry more personal than just sorry?
That's a great observation. Adding I am makes it a statement about yourself and your own feelings rather than just a quick social reflex. It slows the whole thing down and makes it feel more like a confession of regret. Do you think that makes it feel more sincere to the person hearing it?
What is
Now you're
the
just
main
teasing me.
purpose of an apology?
The main purpose is really about repair. It's meant to mend a connection that's been frayed. When someone apologizes, they're essentially saying that the relationship is more important than their own pride or the mistake they made. It validates the other person's feelings and clears the air so things can move forward. Do you think most people apologize to actually fix things, or I think a lot of people apologize just to end the tension? They're not necessarily looking to fix the root of the problem. They just want the uncomfortable part, the arguing or the silence to stop. It's more of a shortcut than a solution. Do you think that kind of apology actually helps, or does it just make things worse in the long run? You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure diving into all this with you. Was there anything else on your mind, or you all set for now?
What value does saying sorry teach?
I think it teaches accountability. It shows that your actions have an impact on others and that you're responsible for that impact. Beyond that, it's a lesson in humility, realizing that you aren't perfect and that being wrong isn't the end of the world. It basically teaches us how to be human together. Do you think that's a lesson that's becoming harder for people to learn these days?
Okay, thank you.
Since you're a teacher, I'm curious, how do you handle it when a student gives one of those shortcut apologies just to get out of trouble?
Okay, thank you.
Anytime. It was a really interesting conversation. I'll be here